First, I would like to thank everyone for coming out at such a short notice. My name is Monteria Robinson. That's spelled M-O-N-T-E-R-I-A. Last name is Robinson, R-O-B-I-N-S-O-N. My son's name is Jamarion Robinson, and that's spelled Jamarion. First of all, I would like to thank everybody for coming out. I know you guys had other things that you could be doing today, but me and my family really appreciate you all showing up for us. My family and I found out a few days ago that Kristopher Hutchens, who is one of the police officers indicted in my son's case, is currently employed as a SWAT trainer with the Clayton County Police Department. How is that possible and why? As you all know, Kristopher Hutchens and Eric Hines was indicted on October 26, 2021 on the following counts. And there's a total of 15 counts. And the counts reads as follows. 2 counts of felony murder, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, burglary in the first degree, 2 counts of false statements, 6 counts of violation of oath by a public officer, aggravated battery, obstruction of law enforcement officer. After myself and several others reached out to the Clayton County Police Department on yesterday and voiced our concerns as to how is that possible that Hutchens is conducting training courses when he is awaiting trial in Fulton County. The Clayton County Police Office informed me late yesterday that they have now moved Hutchens to a non-training administrative role. So let's think about that for a second, okay? How is it that rogue officers are above the law? Okay, if a minority go out and commit any of the following crimes such as felony murder, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, aggravated battery, and so I'm going to turn behind me and I'm going to ask the crowd, where will we be right now if we committed any of those following crimes?
In jail.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Without a bail.
No life without parole.
Okay.
Bars.
Okay, Clayton County Police Department is sending a message that it's okay. What you did is okay. But that's not okay with us. I'm sorry, you guys.
Say his name.
Jamarion Robinson.
Say his name.
Jamarion Robinson.
Say his name.
Jamarion Robinson.
Justice.
No peace.
To be honest, this is an insult to all of us out here today. It's disrespectful to me and my family, and it's literally a slap in the face. So let me tell you what we want to happen right now.
Right.
See, I'm getting a little teed off.
Come on.
First of all, we pay these officers salary, and they work for us, the people.
That's right.
So Chief Kevin Roberts, we the people demand that Kristopher Hutchens is terminated from the Clayton County Police Department immediately. I love it. If they cannot meet our demands, then they will feel the wrath of this city.
That's right.
We will vote them out on the next election here in Clayton County. And as you all know, I've done this before.
Go ahead.
Police officers are not above the law. None of us standing out here can commit a heinous murder or act and be walking around free like nothing has happened. These officers should be in jail right now awaiting trial. These officers continue to prove to us time and time again that they are a danger to our community. And what makes it even worse, Clayton County has the most black elected officials than any other county in the state of Georgia. And that's facts.
That's right.
Why is it that every time a white officer kills a black man or a young black child, he gets a promotion or another job with the police department, or he can go over to the next county and be hired as a police officer? This has to stop.
It has to stop.
have too many black elected officials here in the state of Georgia that's allowing this to happen. When a black officer kills a white person, he gets indicted and convicted immediately. I'm going to end on this note. Where can you go in this country and be indicted for felony murder and still have a job with the company you were indicted at? Let me answer that question for you. In the United States of America, and I rest my case there.
Go ahead.
Do anybody have any questions for me?
Chief Roberts said that with the system that we have, he's innocent until proven guilty, and he hasn't been proven guilty yet. These are only allegations as far as the court is concerned. What do you have to say to that?
Well, I feel as though, and I'm sure everyone behind me feels the same way, I feel as though he's guilty. Even though he hasn't been convicted yet, they've been indicted on 15 counts. And they're not going to be able to walk away from that. And so in our humble opinion, we feel as though he is guilty and that he should not be employed and working in Clayton County Police Department, period.
Why do you think the county commissioners voted 3-1 in last year to go ahead and approve Hutchens' position with the marshals?
That's a good question. I don't even know.
That was before the indictment, though.
Oh, that was before the indictment. Okay, so if that was...
But still, the action still happened.
Right, correct. The action still happened. The action still occurred. And as you all know, it's been 6 years that I've been out here, saying this, basically the same old thing. This is what happened to my son. This was a heinous act. And it's like, if it wasn't for me continuing to press and be aggressive, I would have never gotten an indictment. I would have never gotten this far. I would have never gotten, if I would have went with their version of what happened to my son, I would have never gotten an indictment. So my family said, okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to bring in our own team of people, our own forensic experts, our own investigators, and we're going to find out what actually and truly happened to Jamarion Robinson. And we, the people, the community, we know that Jamarion Robinson was murdered. He was executed. He was executed. He was shot 6 times in the palm of his right hand, 5 times in the palm of his left hand, all down his arms, his torso, his thighs, his groin, his shins, his feet. And let me say this, the Dole, the officer that's deceased, Timothy Dole, he even stated in his report that he shot my son in his groin to make him fall to the ground. Where do they do that at?
USA.
Can you detail your communication with Chief Roberts when he said that Hutchens was being reassigned? Sort of, did he give any details, any explanation?
No, and that's not acceptable to us. We don't want him reassigned. We want him terminated. We want him fired. He has to go immediately.
Did you speak to Chief Roberts, or was it
Just someone else in his office. Yes.
So tomorrow, of course, marks the 6-year anniversary of your son's death. How frustrating is that 6 years have passed and you still have to fight this, you still have to fight with the police department, and you're still waiting trial that is expected to start next month?
Correct. Trial is scheduled to start on September the 12th next month. And yes, it has been 6 years. And, my family and I, we're looking forward, to the upcoming trial. We are ready to, put this behind us so that way we can move forward with our lives, because we can't rest. We can't sleep. I have anxiety every day. I'm up every night, 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning, texting people, because I can't sleep, and I'm not going to sleep. I'm not going to rest until these officers are convicted and sent to prison.
Ms. Robinson, how did you find out that he was training?
Actually, it was dropped by Dr. Rashad Ritchie on his YouTube, and so when, as soon as he completed that session, that morning, someone dropped me that YouTube link. I felt so disrespected. I immediately contacted my attorney, and I said, "Can you believe this?" I said, "How disrespectful is this?" And he said, "I totally agree, and I'm on it."
What was your? I know, like you just said, the anger, but what was your almost like physical state when you watched that YouTube video?
I'm gonna be honest. It made me have an emotional breakdown. To be honest, I had an emotional breakdown because I was like, how is this? How can this be? How can they be employing 15 counts, you guys? 15, and the first 2 counts is felony murder. Where can I can't go to Burger King, I can't go to McDonald's, I can't go to Walmart, I can't go to no major corporation and get a job with indictments pending, felony indictments pending on me.
Last question, please.
It's been 6 years, but what would you like to say in memory of your son, and you want people to know about them who may not have seen the story, maybe new to town? What do you want people to know about your son?
I want people to know that my son, his name is Jamarion Robinson. He was 26 years old. He was a Tuskegee athlete at Tuskegee University. And, you know, he was very much loved. You know, he was dedicated. He was a committed individual. He loved his family. Actually, I don't know if I ever told you guys, we call him Daddy Daycare because we have a lot of young ones in our family that he would always keep for us when we had things to do and places to go. And when he was actually murdered, they were having nightmares about what happened to him. You know what I mean? They were sad, they were crying, they were asking for him. So if they're that young, because at that time, how old was she? Was 2 years old, and Mark was how old, Nina, at that time? My nephew was 6, and he knew what was going on. He just kept saying, "Mommy, I want Jamarion."
Hutchens' attorney has filed that he has a trial that starts right before your son's was already scheduled. He says they need to push your son's back. There's also the federal effort still to get it moved to federal court that hasn't been ruled on. It looks like very easily the trial scheduled, but good chance it gets pushed back. How disappointing is that going to be? You waited. Trial date set, but it's probably going to get pushed back.
So I'm praying that it does not get pushed back because, you know, we have been waiting quite some time. And I know that the DA is ready to move forward with this case because this case is an old case that's sitting on her desk. And she is ready to move forward and do what she has to do to get these officers convicted.
Ms. Robinson, you said that you wanted to vote him out if he wasn't fired.
Right.
Chief Roberts is appointed by the commission, so
well, we're going to be on the commissioner's office too as well. Yeah, we would definitely be on him. And not only myself, but the whole community. And I don't think they want to feel that wrath.
Donnell, last question.
Robinson, what are your expectations for the trial?
My expectations for the trial, I just want it to, you know, to be a jury of his peers. I want, of course, conviction. I want accountability, you know, and I want justice to be served.
Thank y'all so much.
Thank you all so much for coming out. I know it's hot. I appreciate your time.